such as calming down, drinking tea, and spending time even though we didn't have television or we didn't have the latest MP3 players. Working at L'Arche and living in L'Arche is both a job and a vocation. It's like my home. The interactions with the members on our team is exactly the same as my family. If someone's tired, we'll cover for them. If someone has more energy, they can do more. And there's a lot of communication between members of our team. So it's not really like working in a sense that a real job where you have projects and you have large budgets to manage. It's simple. It's living together and getting through the day.
When a new assistant comes in the door, they're asked to be very attentive to the person who has a disability and to discover that that person has gifts, to discover the beauty of that person. And then it becomes sort of a circle, and that person gradually accepts and discovers the gifts in him or her also. Very transforming for the young assistants who come. But I just see their barriers fall and they get more in touch with their heart and their capacity for tenderness and compassion. And we're happy to share that spirit with others, that we can be kind of a leaven in the dough and help others to find hope. Whether or not they come to live with us, there's many ways of being connected with our spirit.
孩子今天已不需驚怕，換上歡欣的心起舞，求望共你翱翔，在自由高飛。
喺方舟團體裏面，助理同埋核心成員嘅關係就親密到好似大家庭，所以每當有助理要離開嘅時候，核心成員都會感到好難過。核心成員都非常感激助理，佢哋亦都好喜歡同助理一齊。佢哋有好獨特嘅方法去表示佢哋對助理嘅愛。
The most touching experience for me was my first time taking Janice for a walk. I didn't know where Janice was going to go, and so we were walking and walking, and she was leading me. And she took me to this pond. And what we did was we walked around it, and then we found a shady spot and sat down. And we sat for a while in silence, and it was fantastic. It was just, you could hear the frogs, the birds, and it was just a great feeling. It was like Janice was trying to show me something. After that, we went over to the Dayspring Chapel across the pond, and we sat in front of the tabernacle, and we sat again, and in silence, and it was beautiful. After that, we went to the swings, and Janice sat on the swing, so I gave her a couple pushes, and she was just smiling. And we went home, and I was so excited because I wasn't sure how to communicate with Janice, but Janice was trying to show me these things, and it made me so happy.
咁其中一個 core members 咧就叫 Carol 嘅，佢係一個細細粒嘅女仔啦。咁佢行動又係唔方便嘅，因為佢視力有障礙。當日係我第一次見佢啦，咁我就自我介紹啦，佢都冇乜點俾反應我，我又唔知佢明唔明我講乜嘢，或者聽唔聽到我講乜嘢。咁到當晚我要走嗰陣時啦，咁我同個個人講拜拜啦。咁 Carol 佢就遞高佢對手喎，俾咗一個黑我。咁其實佢嗰一個我自己覺得啦，嗰一個 moment 就係勝過晒佢之前有冇同我講嘢或者乜嘢咯。佢嗰一個黑係 touch 咗我好深咯。
正如 Carol 一樣，有一啲核心成員溝通上有困難，但係喺其他方面，我哋可以從佢哋身上學到好多嘢。
Here in L'Arche, the core members teach us about slowing down, recognizing the more important things in life, such as drinking a cup of tea, such as talking and building relationships. And so I think the core members have a lot to offer in this area of living life fully. I think one of the greatest lessons L'Arche has to teach is patience. Patience is something that develops because it's so intense. Asking someone to wake up when they don't want to be woken up is tough. Asking someone to take a bath when they don't want to take a bath can be very tough. And so patience has been the greatest gift that I've learned.
咁喺 core members 身上就係佢哋可以好少嘢都好感恩，佢哋嘅信仰好深咯。好多時都會祈禱 ，core members 同 assistants 啦都好坦誠咁樣去對大家去分享自己嘅生命咯。即係雖然呢度唔係話好似一個天堂咁，真係冇拗撬。我哋始終都係人，大家都會有爭執嘅時候啦。但係佢哋會好坦白咁樣去同大家講翻啦，去寬恕大家、原諒大家咯。睇到好多嘢，睇到天主喺度工作緊咯。
One thing that is really wonderful about our community here in Toronto, and maybe is a little unique, is that we have people from many, many different faith traditions, and people who have no particular faith tradition. It's a very, very rich ecumenical and interfaith environment. So that's all reflected in our spiritual life, which is very challenging, but also makes our life very interesting.
當我申請咗話嚟 L'Arche 度之後咧，咁就會有一個親身體驗咁樣去睇下究竟 L'Arche 係乜嘢啊？咁嗰一晚咧，我記得我食完晚飯之後咧，咁大家咧通常都會逐個圍住張台咁樣去祈禱，講出自己心裏面嘅意向。咁我記得嗰一晚咧有一個 core members 啦，佢就叫做 Patrick， 咁佢講唔到嘢乜滯嘅，佢講嘢能力唔係咁好啦。但係輪到佢祈禱嗰陣時咧，佢做咗一個好 touching 嘅手勢啦。對我嚟講，佢就係咁樣合埋咗佢對手，跟住就講咗幾句嘢。但係佢個手勢已經令到我好感動。佢知道乜嘢係祈禱，而佢亦都識得祈禱。
For me, God is most present here in L'Arche because when we pray, when we have the harsh times, when we have times of difficulty where things are just turbulent, where people are shouting, where people are angry at each other, where there are power struggles, these are the things that bring out the worst in us. And yet, it's when we return to prayer that it's calmed down and things get back to normal.
方舟團體係一個俾我哋去愛同埋被愛，俾我哋去奉獻自己同埋充滿希望嘅地方。透過天主嘅愛，我哋喺其他地方揾唔到嘅奇蹟，喺方舟團體裏面能夠揾得到。
I've seen God in many places in L'Arche, in the smile of a core member, in the sound of singing, praying, in the sound of excitement and joy, but also the sound of sorrow. I see God in all these things because God is what nourishes us here in L'Arche. It gives me the energy to keep going.
L'Arche really is an amazing place where people of many different backgrounds can find a common reason for joy together.
其實我覺得 L'Arche 係一笪地方係令到即係俾我哋好多 assistants 啦，亦或者 core members 去學習、去成長、一齊行嘅，好似一個 journey 咁一條路咁樣咯，係一個 blessing 係天主俾我哋嘅恩賜咯。
其實每個人都有唔同程度嘅殘障，無論係身體上、心理上、情緒上，或者係靈性上。但無論如何，每一個生命都係獨特嘅，佢有自己嘅價值同埋意義。喺方舟團體之中，助理同埋核心成員都各有自己嘅職份，彼此分享生命，成為天主嘅工具，去傳揚佢嘅愛。